Hey, it's Jason Creel. I just signed up a new customer. I want to show you the lawn and show you my approach to fix what is basically an ugly Bermuda lawn. Matter of fact, if I'm going to show it to you, and you may look at it and say, is that even a Bermuda lawn or is it just full of weeds? So let me show you the lawn, and I'm going to talk to you my process of how I'm going to fix this lawn, show you what I'm spraying, what I'm doing on the lawn, show you some of the weeds in the lawn, and we're going to knock it out. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by Graham Spray Equipment. This is my Graham spray rig right here on the back of my truck. It's a 400-gallon split unit with a bean pump, Honda engine. But anyway, they make great equipment. You can check them out at grahamsc.com. All right, so here's the lawn. Went ahead and put my yard sign in there because I'm gonna. Sometimes it's like, do you put a yard sign in a yard that looks terrible? And I was like, well, yeah, I put the yard sign there so the customer knows I've been here, but also I don't care if people see it's terrible, because in a few weeks it's going to look significantly better. So here's the situation. Tiny little yard, which I love. On the street we already have another customer, which I love. And just weeds galore. I mean, just weeds. I mean, this is it. I mean, it's just weeds, poa, geranium, just everything. We got let's see, dandelions in here. There's clover. I saw, look here, clover. Just all kind of nastiness in this yard. And I think it gets actually worse as you go over here. So you look over here, and it looks like it has been cut, maybe, sort of. Some of these weeds are yellowing out. I don't know, from the heat or the lawnmower running over them or whatever. But anyway, you get the point. It just doesn't look good. This is basically what the whole yard looks like. Well, most of these weeds are cool season weeds, but I'm spraying this in early April. So I'm in Alabama. The crabgrass is already germinated. We got dandelions starting to bloom, all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so the crabgrass is already germinating in our area. Now it's going to be tiny at this point. You can't really see it. You might can see if you get down on your hands and knees. But anyway, sometimes the customer's concerns is all the weeds that are here. Well, truth be told, most of these weeds that are here are going to be dying out over the next month or two with the heat coming in. But you got all the warm season weeds that just now started germinating. So what I'm doing is putting out both pre and post-emergent application on the lawn today. So with the post-emergent, I'm trying to kill all these weeds, okay, or at least most of them. And I think I'm going to be successful at that, and I'll tell you the products I'm using. With the pre-emergent, you know, I'm probably too late to get ahead of the crabgrass. Maybe some of the crabgrass hasn't germinated yet, but there'll be other weeds probably germinate later, so hopefully it'll help with that. But I've also got a crabgrass post-emergent product in there. It's called Q-Ball. It's got the active ingredient quinclorac. So that's if the crabgrass has already germinated, hopefully that quinclorac product called Q-Ball is going to knock out the baby crabgrass. If it hasn't germinated, or some other weeds haven't germinated, hopefully the prodiamine, which is my pre-emergent, is going to help with it. And then for other post-emergents, I've got Triplet, which is a 3-way herbicide, I believe, by New Farm, and also I've got some Manor, which is a very cheap product with the active ingredient metsulfuron. I just got 1/4 of an ounce per acre in there. I got all that mixed up in the tank with some surfactant. I know that sounds like a lot, but that combination is going to hopefully get ahead of any weeds that haven't germinated with the prodiamine, knock out any baby crabgrass, hopefully, or at least some of it, with the quinclorac or the Q-Ball. Third, with the Triplet, knock out a lot of these broadleaf weeds, the dandelions, help with the clover, and then the metsulfuron can also help with the existing weeds and get some of those tougher weeds. So the combination of the Triplet, the quinclorac, can also help with like wild violets and things like this. So anyway, it's a lot going on. You don't have to do all that. I'm just telling you what I'm doing to give you an idea of what we're doing on the yard. And then I'm going to fertilize this yard, okay? So it's a slow release fertilizer. As the weeds die out, you're going to have a little bit of thin Bermuda, but the fertilizer can start releasing nutrients, and this Bermuda can really spread. Let me show you a couple other issues with the lawn, and then we're going to get to work. Sometimes when you have these homes that are close together, you see there's probably 15 feet of space in between these homes. It does keep it from getting full sun. Bermuda grass likes full sun. And I was saying earlier, you might look at this and say it's all weeds. I mean, I can see this blonde stuff here is dormant from Bermuda from last year, and then there's some green Bermuda coming in. So I mean, that's all. There's Bermuda here, okay? Now, Bermuda needing full sun, Here's a lot more Bermuda and stuff. Is it gonna look just awesome on this hillside in between two houses? Probably not. Back over here, you see on a slope, terrible soil, rocks, you know, moss growing. So I mean, the Bermuda, it might improve. I mean, it's getting some sun over there, but I don't expect it to be awesome. And you can talk to the customer, say, you know, if you really want your grass to do well over here, it wouldn't hurt to bring you a little topsoil and put some zoysia down where it's not getting the full sun. But in this situation, I think we can make a gigantic improvement. Now, again, I'm not sure which way's north, south, east, west. I'm looking at it right now. I guess I could pay attention. Let's see here. The sun is over this way, so it is morning times, that would be east. So, you know, it's going to get some sunlight in between these houses in the middle of the day, but it's going to be limited. But you can see here where it's already getting sun, and we're like 8:30 in the morning, so that's great. So I would expect this area to do fine. You got some other situations going on, overgrown shrub. You got a crepe myrtle that's providing some shade issues here. So again, zoysia would do better. Customer did indicate he might cut down this crepe myrtle or cut it back. So the sunlight is going to be a little bit of an issue in this situation. But I think with some nutrients, getting rid of the weeds, the Bermuda will show some drastic improvement in areas where there is getting enough sun, and obviously not having to compete with all the weeds is going to make a huge difference. Those tough weeds I'm hoping the metsulfuron will knock out are like field matter right here. You got oxalis, yellow wood sorrel, stuff like that. There's maybe a better shot of the field matter. I'm hoping the metsulfuron will knock some of those out. And again, the triplets should do great on weeds like the geranium, the dandelions, things like that. One good thing, I didn't see any Dallas grass in this yard, which I'm excited about. That doesn't mean there's not any in here. I didn't see any that was sticking out to me. And you got stuff like Poa annua. It's not going to die from the application today, but again, the heat's going to kill it. So I'm not overly concerned about having to come in here and get rid of the Poa when it's going to be going away soon. We're going to get rid of a lot of things. The customer should see tons of progress. And again, from a business standpoint, these small yards are profitable for me, so I'm excited about that. Pick up the rig, I'm gonna get to spraying. Needs choke first thing in the morning. Would have been awesome if we got to spray this in January or February before the crabgrass germinated. In that situation, I would not have put the quinclorac product in there. Prodiamine would have been perfectly effective on the crabgrass. Say perfectly, maybe not perfect, but very, very effective, and would not have been a need for the quinclorac. But again, because it's after the crabgrass germinated, I put the quinclorac in there. Now I'm gonna fertilize the lawn. This is a 3808 fertilizer I get from a company called Harrell's. It's a polymer coated fertilizer, so it'll start releasing as the weather warms up. All right, I got the yard sprayed, got it fertilized. I'm gonna put some links in the description to the products I use, or some similar products in case you want to do something similar to your lawn. Again, it's not gonna be an overnight success, but I think these weeds will begin dying out over the next week or two. They'll start turning colors, and the hotter the weather, the faster it'll work. The Bermuda grass, once it gets hot, 85, 90 degrees, and we get rain, it'll start spreading, filling in where there is enough sunlight. Where there's not enough sunlight, then that will be an indicator the Bermuda is not going to grow there, and he could make it a natural area, or maybe put some zoysia grass there that would be more shade tolerant. Hope the video is helpful. Hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this one, you might enjoy some on my new channel. I just launched. I've been on this channel for 11 years. My new channel is called Fix-A-Lawn, Fix-A-Lawn, and I do extreme makeovers with lawns, mostly mowing, things like that. So you can go check that out. You also subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so. If you're in the lawn care business or thinking about getting into the lawn care business, go to lawncarelife.com. A lot of resources there for mowing, as well as weed control and fertilization, video courses, documents, pricing charts, all kind of stuff. See you in the next video. Thanks.